we are moving right along. We are moving right along. Do you guys know the worst condition that you can bring a baby into the world is a single parent household? Do you guys understand that? Let's break that down. Why is that? Because as me personally, I was born to a single mother myself. My mother had 3 baby fathers, right? And I looked at my mother as the end all be all to life as I was growing up, and I grew up in the hood. I grew up Northeast Trinidad, Washington, D.C. in 1280 Rum Street. That was my address, right? And, I remember growing up with this single mother, and we had food stamps back in the day. When she got laid off, she worked at the Children's Hospital, and she got laid off in 1993, and she got food stamps. And luckily, baby, my mother didn't fall into the welfare lifestyle, because I have a lot of people in my family who did it, and I know a lot of people who literally have that to be a lifestyle, right? And she basically had it for like 2 years, and eventually got another job, and then moved us from Northeast Trinidad, Washington, D.C. to Suitland, Maryland. And I mean, that was a little baby DC. It was still the hood, it was still poverty, but it was better than where we were, right? But a lot of women don't do that. A lot of women stay there, right? They stay there, and they make it a lifestyle, right? They make it that. And at the end of the day, we got to sit back and just start to think, these hoods are the most dangerous hoods in America, man. I come from one of the most dangerous cities in America, Chocolate City. They used to be the murder capital of the world. You see what I'm saying? DC used to be the murder capital of the world. And the thing is, these women, they have these children. They have these children, and they keep having these children in these dilapidated situations and areas. And it's poverty. It's literally shit there that don't make sense. From me being an adult and looking back on it, I really be like, wow. Because I live in the suburbs now, and I'm nice, I'm good. Me and my wife are good. We made a way for ourselves, right? But sometimes I sit back and look like, wow, man, I was born there. I drive around there all the time, man. I drive at work, right? So I'm driving through the city all through. I work overnight, so I drive the city all night long. I see these things. Sometimes I go back to my old apartment and look. This was 30 years ago, man, when I lived here, and I'm looking at this apartment. I'm like, wow, damn, I used to live here, man. I used to live here. And let me tell you guys something. That was probably the worst position that a person can be born in, man. And that's why I say that is the number one. Being born to a single parent household is the worst condition that you can bring a baby into the world. Y'all want to know what's number 2? That situation, single parent, but in a dilapidated situation, in poverty. Poverty is number 2. Not only bringing that baby into the world with a single parent, but bringing that baby into the world with a single parent in poverty. You might got a chance, man. You might got a chance for that kid if you a single parent and you're rich. You see what I'm saying? But ain't too many. Well, I ain't gonna speak too early. Because the Democratic Party and liberalism and wokeism and all of that and progressive, they made it to where these rich people are just having babies and single. I want a baby. Oh, I just want a baby. But the thing is, even when you're rich, it's still the number one worst scenario to bring a child into this earth, man. And I said to myself, I don't want to keep repeating a cycle. So when I met my wife, she had a little girl. And that little girl right now is 19 years old. When I met her, she was 3 years old. And me and my wife raised this little girl. She is in college right now. She's taking care of herself. She's out there doing the damn thing in life. She's life in it, baby. She's adulting out here, right? And I'm proud of me and my wife's accomplishments during doing that, you know what I mean? And it always wasn't the best situation for me and my wife, but we made sure that we tried to make these little girls' lives as easy as possible for them so they can focus on little kid stuff. You shouldn't have to focus on deciding what gender I am, or paying some bills, or your mama getting her ass whooped by her boyfriend, or all of these fucked up ass things that we put these children through in 2022. My children are being children, and they understand exactly what privileges they have in this world by having a two-parent household. Now, I am not saying that every person who comes from a two-parent household is successful, but what I am saying is you're more likely to be successful coming from a two-parent household. Y'all go down in the comment section, tell me what you think, and let's think of some solutions of trying to get these women on the right path of putting a father in these children's lives. If you are, please stay unplugged from false narratives. I'm out. Y'all be safe, and family over everything.